Being a single dad comes with enough challenges. Navigating custody schedules, handling everything at home solo, and constantly worrying if you're doing enough for your kids. But the part that no one really talks about? The things people say to you. The offhanded comments, the well-meaning advice, the subtle jabs masked as encouragement. It builds up, and over time, you start to realize that most people have no idea what it's actually like to parent alone. If you've ever found yourself biting your tongue during a conversation, nodding politely while someone gives you parenting tips that they've never had to follow themselves, then yeah, this one's for you. In this video, we're diving into the comments that single dads are tired of hearing, the impact those words actually have, and why if you're not a single parent yourself, you might want to think twice before saying them. I remember one time being called disgusting on social media just because I was fighting to be in my child's life. Like I was somehow trying to hurt the mother by wanting equal rights as a parent. And I've had both men and women look at me and say, wow, how did you pull that off? Like I snuck around and tricked the system to get 50-50 parenting time and shared parenting. And one of the worst was in a follow-up hearing when I had the magistrate tell me that I won and that I was just trying to make power plays by continuing to try to go into the court to make sure that my rights were being protected when certain things weren't happening like they were supposed to be. As if me wanting to remain involved in my child's life is some kind of strategic move or some kind of power play. You see, still in 2025, the idea of a father having equal custody is still seen as unnatural to a lot of people. But honestly, it shouldn't be. Equal custody, in my opinion, should be the default, not the twist ending. Kids benefit from having both parents involved in their lives as much as possible. And co-parenting allows a child to receive the best of both worlds from their parents. Because you see, in today's age, we have a lot of boys being raised by women without their father in the picture, who also didn't have their fathers in the picture, who are then trying to teach their boys how to be a man. And it just doesn't work. You need both sides of the coin in order for kids to grow up and mature properly. And we see that in all of the studies and data that has been coming out in the recent years. But anyways, once they accept that I'm not some kind of legal ninja, they move on to this classic line. Are you babysitting today? My job once acted like it was weird that I was the one taking my son to the dentist and needed a couple hours off of work, as if handling medical appointments is mom's job. They talked about it like I was just visiting, not actually parenting. And when we're out in public, I've had people say things like, oh, a daddy Sunday, bet mom's loving the break while dad babysits. Let's be very clear. It's not babysitting when it's your own kid. There's still this baked-in idea that dads are secondary parents or temporary stand-ins. And when you do something as normal as taking your kid to a dentist appointment, people act like you're covering for the real parent. But then on the flip side, the wild part is when you do show up, people act like you deserve some kind of medal. And what I mean by that is the bar for being a good dad is basically on the floor. People are shocked that you cook, do laundry, or pack lunches. He's clean and fed? Wow, you must be some kind of a hero. In fact, a recent study that was done shows that single father households actually outperform single mother households and are closer to a dual parent household than single mother households would ever hope to be. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. But God forbid you actually fight for your kid, because then you go from hero dad to problem parent. Because you see, when you start fighting for your kid, then all of a sudden that makes you the bad guy. So I had to go to court one time because I was objecting to my ex relocating without informing me. A decision that we're supposed to make together under our shared parenting plan because he would be moving school districts. But she did not even consult me or even mention it to me. She simply filed a notice of relocation in the court system. And then when I went to the court hearing, the magistrate literally told me that I was just on a power trip, and my ex literally admitted in court that she didn't include me in the decision and that she did not co-parent with me all the time. But yet somehow I was painted as being the difficult one simply for trying to stand up for the rights that I deserve as a parent. And you see, that's just how it is. The second a dad asserts himself in court, people start treating him like he's out for some kind of revenge against the mother. When let's be real, most of the time, women are the ones that become very scornful and hold things against the father. We have a whole saying for it. You don't want to encounter the wrath and scorn of a woman. You see, wanting equal access does not make you combative automatically. It just makes you a father. And we villainize dads for doing exactly what we praise moms for doing. You see, courts still don't get it. They're still living in the past. The first time that I went in after my wife left, my ex-wife left, we went in to get our temporary orders, and I asked then and there for equal time and shared parenting. The magistrate literally chuckled, laughed, scoffed, whatever you want to call it, but literally scoffed at me. And I was given every other Thursday for 2 hours and supervised based entirely on lies that were not backed up on any evidence whatsoever that my ex told in the courtroom. And believe it or not, you have a 1 in 4 chance of having false allegations against you in a custody hearing if you're a father. 1 in 4 chance, 25% of the time. The court systems act like they're doing the best interest of the child and act like they don't have these biases, but the biases are real. The system is still built around the idea that mom's the default parent. In fact, if we look at the stats, over 80% of all custodial parents are still mothers. You're telling me that 80% of the time, the mother's the best parent? Fathers are never the better parent? Because about the only time that a father can get custody or anything is if, there's drugs involved or the mother maybe was physically abusive to the kids and there's proof of that. But hey, even if that stuff happened and you don't have proof of it, I guarantee you the mother's never going to lose anything like the father does. And then forget all of that. What about the resources? Moms often get free legal aid. They immediately start receiving child support at the temporary hearings, while the father's typically still paying all the bills and then also paying spousal support and child support on top of that, plus all their lawyer fees. While the mom's then getting free legal aid, she's getting free food stamps, stuff like that, because guess what? Child support doesn't count as income, so they can still claim that they're basically getting nothing. And even when you manage to win time with your kid, you're still treated like a stand-in parent. And what I like to call that is the invisible dad syndrome. At school events, doctor's appointments, you name it, I've had people talk around me like I'm not even there. I could ask the doctor or a teacher a question, and then they will turn and look at my wife or my ex-wife to answer the question. In fact, even if the doctor or teacher walks in and I'm the one who scheduled the appointment because I'm the one that's responsible for all of my son's medical decisions, they'll still start talking directly to my ex or to the mom like I'm just background noise. It really doesn't matter to them if you do the lunches, do the bedtime stories, make all the appointments, handle all the medical decisions, have equal parenting time, 7 days on, 7 days off. It doesn't matter. When the mom's in the room, you disappear as the father. It's completely dehumanizing. And yet, that's not even the worst myth of all. The one that really burns is the deadbeat label. You see, there's a lot of people out there that talk a lot about deadbeat dads. In fact, if you talk to any single mother, most likely the father of those children are a deadbeat, according to her. You see, I spent over $100,000 just in a little over 2 years fighting for custody between child support, court fees, lawyer fees, and everything else. Just to be in my son's life, it cost me over $100,000. And you see, I know plenty of dads who want to fight just as hard, but they literally cannot because they don't have the money, or they work jobs that won't let them take the time off, or that have the flexibilities that I enjoy with my job. And as most jobs do for moms, you see, a mom can request off time for a doctor's appointment or for a court hearing or something with their kid, and it's seen as normal. As I said earlier, when a father does it, it's kind of still seen as something that's weird or crazy. Like, well, why are you taking off the time? Why isn't the mother doing it? You see, we bankrupt dads. The mothers fight for the dad to be in the child's lives, but then we call them deadbeats when they physically and financially can't keep fighting. And the free legal services or support systems that moms have, those just simply don't exist for fathers. Like I said, people love to say that dads aren't trying, aren't involved, don't want to be there, but oftentimes it's the system and a lot of times the other parent that are actively trying to push dads out. Whether intentionally or not in regards to the court systems, and most of the times intentionally when it comes to the other parent. We punish fathers for not having the resources and then blame them for not fighting harder, even though it's the court systems and the other parents taking the father's resources and time. So yeah, we're tired, but we're not quitting. You see, I didn't suddenly become a good dad when I got 50-50. I was already doing the work. Late nights, early mornings, tough calls. I didn't step up. I never stepped back. I'm not the backup parent. I'm the other half, and I always have been. And so we're not rare. We're not lucky. We're not fringe cases. We are dads, and we are parenting fully, proudly, and without apology. If you want to see another issue that single dads have been dealing with, then you should check out this video right here, because I think it'll really hit home for you if you're a father. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more fatherhood videos like this one, hit that subscribe button as well so that you get notified whenever I post new content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below for engagement, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace out, everybody. Later, nerds.